morning.
and she makes the best coffee. Like, I don't know how, because
Cafe Bustelo, baby.
even if it's Cafe Bustelo is amazing coffee in and of itself, but it's something that you do to the coffee that makes it taste so good.
Miel. Honey.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Honey is the way to go. Honey in
Okay,
your coffee is by far the best.
exactly. So what are we talking about today?
So this morning we're actually talking about. Oh, let me get rid of this. Um, we're actually talking about 7 habits of highly effective people because it is like one of those life changing classics. And one of the things it talks about as pretty much the main opener of the book is this paradigm shift from thinking of life. There's like three main uh, my little security thing. And then she can out and showing me a right? But the cool thing about 7 habits of highly effective people is that the first chapter of it talks about this huge paradigm shift from thinking of the world as happening to you to happening for you. So rather than when something happens and you're like, oh, I can't believe there's traffic, like this always happens to me, and or something bad happens, and you wait to let it disempower you. So it feels like it's not versus life is, and this is something Tony Robbins teaches as well. When you're going through make it serve you. And something we say a lot. Okay, how does that serve you?
Mm,
How does that serve you? Honestly, food is a huge thing, and how you take care of your body is a huge thing for allowing you to enjoy your life. Because when you take care of your body, it allows you to think better, it allows you to think clearer, and just enjoy life to a whole nother level because you don't have to worry about your health. It, it gives you access to your senses and just the human experience more. And when you work on something, you want to better. So that's one thing is the shift between life is happening to you versus life is happening for you. And what that allows people to do is go from this is actually directed from the book, from going from dependent to independent to interdependent. And you might be like, okay, like what is that? Like what's the importance of that? And the importance of it is that when you're dependent, you rely on other people or things to take care of you. Like all of us when we're babies, we're very dependent. We don't know how to eat. We barely know how to stand. And we don't know much about the world. So we're very dependent on our parents to teach us things, to feed us, and take care of us. And then as we grow up, depending on, you know, your choices, you and you can become independent. Yeah, go over the cool. So you become independent. And that means, take you can take care of yourself, you can feed yourself, you can think for yourself. Your self worth is dictated by your own opinion of yourself and your own by the way, y'all, she's behind the camera to really just make sure the frame is right. But with independence, you figure out, okay, other people's opinions of me, that's not where my self worth comes from. It's what's my mission? What do I want to do? How am I going to make it happen? And you have the ability to think on your own and really take care of yourself. You don't necessarily need other people. And in our culture, a big thing that is pushed is independence. Because you can see there's a huge leap in maturity from going from dependent to independent. So that's a victory on its own. But the next part, and what Covey, that's the author, he talks about is the most important is interdependence.
yeah.
And that's essentially saying instead of going from Okay, you
Yeah.
so you go from dependent, which is okay, you take care of me, you give me this, you give me that, they give me that, they give me that, to independence, which is I can get my food, I can think for myself, I can make this happen. Interdependence, you go to we
Yeah.
can do this. You take the strengths of both sides and say we can make something bigger together. And only people who are independent can make that choice. Because you have to have something to bring to the table. So Covey actually talks about that is the most important one because it acknowledges that we all need each other to do great things.
That's right.
You know, you can be independent, but the thing is, there's still a need to feel loved
That's
and
right.
connected and to, whatever your vision for the world is, whether you're an artist and you want to make something happen, or if you're, an athlete or a business person, whatever it is,
Mhm.
you need other people to make it bigger and to make it actually happen. Hell, if you're an artist, you still need like somebody to maybe sell your work
Mhm.
or into so that people can see it. So we all need each other. But one of the things he talks about with interdependence that really got me was like, if you're independent, you you don't acknowledge as much the like need for love. You're like, I got it. I don't need anybody. And that's a lot of what our culture is. Just like just become you, focus on your career, like you, right? Me, 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 me. Versus interdependence is I'm independent. I know I can think for myself. I know how to take care of myself.
Yeah.
And so I give it and I receive it. Um, and that was just huge for me, seeing the difference of the different tiers and the way the book is broken down. And you can talk on this a little bit too.
I don't know. You're doing such a good job talking. I'm like- I was back there trying to get the camera correct and everything, but I actually wanted her to lead this because I've watched her navigate a world, especially being a young person, where you're being told, I got to be independent, I got to do this, I got to do it on my own. And I learned a long time ago, nothing is built on your own. Nothing is
Yeah,
you,
nothing's great.
nothing great is built by one person. It takes a team.
Mhm.
And even if you see an influencer, somebody that's grown really big and got millions of followers and they built this big company, and it seems like they're by themselves with their product. They're
Who
not.
bought the product?
Exactly. We
No.
need people about the product. Like we need each other. And so I read that book a long, long time ago and then reread it again after she started reading it. And I realized a lot of you know, people that I admire and that have become successful, they really do hone in on interdependence, not independence. But you do have to get to a point where you can be independent
So
so
that you
that you
have
have
that
the
choice.
choice to be interdependent, you
Yeah.
know? And that's a whole big difference of being codependent. Two different things. But I think that one of the great things about the culture of our company is that we really are interdependent. There's things that I'm really good at that somebody else might not be good at. There's things that other people on my team are really good at that I'm not good at.
Yeah.
And I think that's the beauty of interdependence. You get the opportunity to hone in on other people's skills while growing your own skills. And I think it's a beautiful thing. And also, it gives people opportunity to feel a part of something, you
Yeah.
know? And you were talking about Jeremy yesterday and the contribution that he makes to the team. He's very artistic, he's an actor,
Yeah.
he loves to solve problems and stuff. And just admittedly, we went through this kind of rough phase, but once we started allowing him to kind of bring out his creativity, and some of you guys may have seen him in some of our videos, it's like, wow,
There's like, okay, that
yeah, that's that
finding the
part.
groove.
Yeah, you
Finding
find
the
your
groove.
groove.
Yeah.
And when you allow other people to find their groove, it helps you find your groove.
Yeah.
I just love that.
So you're both bringing yourselves to the table. Like one full person and one full person
Yeah,
coming together, and they're like, "Hey, I'm not good at analytics, but you're really good at analytics.
yeah,
I'm really good at talking to people. You're not as strong as talking to people together. we can make an incredible team.
Yeah.
Because you're not trying to be me and I'm not trying to be you. But together, we can do some really incredible things.
Yeah.
And the first part of the book is about personal victories. And then the second part is about the other, so the first three habits are personal victory. The second three habits are about public victory, and the last habit is about the habit of renewal.
Mm.
So reflecting, going back and say, okay, what can I do better? How can I improve? And the reason he sets it up like this, he puts it in the book why he sets it up like this is because, we hear it a lot and it sounds cheesy, but the victories you have in public come from the work you do in private.
Mm.
So the first three habits are actually about mastering yourself and then moving to, mastering working with other people.
Yeah.
So the first three habits help you to become independent. And the first one, which will go on, because we don't want to go over the whole
Yeah,
book
and we
because it
can
will be
always
like,
break this up.
yeah,
Like maybe you want to. We can talk about the first three right now, or if you want to do a series, we can talk about the first one and then
yeah,
talk
we can
about the
do the
second one
first one.
next week, and then the third one. And
Yeah,
that way, we're not rushing through this because this is content that we're excited about sharing. Um, we're definitely going to continue to put out content about trees and everything because that's literally what we do. But we thought about it. What we love talking about, like literally on a daily basis, is personal growth. We love books. We love learning. She's always got an audiobook going in her car. I've got
this
an
is true.
audiobook. In fact, you want something funny? I actually forgot my stand. That's why I was struggling putting the camera shot up. Shut up. You know what I wound up doing? I grabbed some of our books
Yeah,
because we have actual books in the office, and one of them is Ray Dalio's Principles. The other one, I believe, is How to Win Friends and Influence People,
121
and then
irrefutable
24 Irrefutable Laws of Success. So it's like you're actually watching a video that's sitting on a series of books. But anyway, we don't want to rush through that. And we want to give you guys an opportunity to engage with us and tell us what you think if you choose to pick up that book, Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, or if you've already read it before.
Yeah, and we can learn together.
Yeah.
And let us know too, like in the comments, what you guys like if you like this form of um video where we're talking about a book, because I love a good book club, but I would love to hear too if there are any books, specific books that you guys would recommend or want us to check out. Like that can definitely be
Yeah.
one of the next ones that we do. Or if you have any questions,
Yeah.
because just like y'all, we're learning all the time. Even though I've read this book before, rereading it, I'm like, this is so much different than when I was reading
Yeah.
it in high school. You know?
Or when I was reading it as a much younger person, much, much younger. I'm 57 now. But yeah, but you were saying the first habit.
Yeah. So the first habit is a habit of proactivity. And what that means is take responsibility for your life.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Period. There's a lot. Well, Covey actually goes into our lives are a series of decisions. The life that we're living right now is a result of our decisions 3, 4 months ago, six, a year ago, because our the decisions we make today will feed into tomorrow.
Yeah.
And one of the things he talks about that makes,
Just the camera shot.
yeah,
Go ahead.
one of the things that makes humans like extremely different than the rest of the animal kingdom is we have this ability to be self-aware.
Yeah.
You can, one of the exercises he actually goes into, and it's like, okay, while you're reading this book, just imagine, like, project yourself out and imagine you're watching yourself reading this book. And then think about how you're probably wondering why we're doing this exercise. Like, he literally says this. And then he goes back into it and he was like, that ability to think about what you're thinking
Mhm.
about and why you're thinking it and restructure the way you're thinking is what makes us human, and it's what allows us to make our destinies.
Yeah.
you know and so the habit of proactivity means using that space between stimuli and response. So the thing that he talks about that makes us special as animals is that we have this little bitty space of that we get to decide how we're going to respond.
Yeah.
Most other animals and insects, whatever it is, organism, they go stimulus response
Right.
because it's based off of their instincts and whatever's happening in their environment. But humans have this ability to actually choose. The only thing that is honestly ours
Mhm.
is our mind.
That's right.
You know, the world can change in so many different ways. People, I don't know, somebody might come down the street and punch you in the face. You never know.
I
But
shouldn't laugh because there's actually somebody in New York that was doing it, and it's not okay. But yeah, you're right. That can happen.
yeah, so like people can hurt you, people can help you, the world can change, but the only thing that we honestly have that is ours and that Cubby talks about is the like main human freedom is the ability to think and choose the way we think.
Yeah. And it goes back to choosing how we react, choosing, once again, you get that stimuli. Does the stimuli have to continue to be responded to the way you've done it in the past? Or can you choose a different response? You know, like I've made a couple decisions in the last couple of weeks, and I came from a place of clarity and a place of, okay, what is better for the future? What makes sense for the future? And a lot of times, if you respond like you used to, you keep getting the same results. Like people want different results in life, but then they keep responding in the same way. And if you get a stimuli and don't change the response, then your results continue to be the same. So going back to being proactive or more productive, a lot of times we can look at the patterns that we've had in the past and go, okay, I want this to change. Well, change only happens when you actually change
Gotta
how
change
you
the change.
change the change,
Yep.
how you respond to the stimuli in your environment. And what is that? What do I mean by stimuli? Because I like how Alex says, hey, let's break it down to third grade level. When something happens, how do you react?
Mhm.
How do you respond? What actions do you take? you know
Yeah.
and that is actually, I guess, the ingredients to creating a great future. Every decision you make, every response you make creates the next step in your future
Yeah.
you know
And I'll be honest too. When you said that in the book, I was like, yeah, but there are certain things that's just like who I am. That's just
yeah,
like what I do.
yeah,
And I thought about it more, and maybe this resonates with y'all too, where I was like, hold on, everything that I think I am, that's a habit.
yeah,
You know,
that's right.
I take a lot of joy in when I'm in a room. I enjoy like bringing joy to people.
Yeah.
I'm not always on, and I have bad days, but I really do like bringing like a smile on somebody's face, and like then I thought about it, I was like, that's a skill. Like,
Yeah.
okay, you break it down. What does that look like? When I walk into a room, I smile, I wave, and ask for somebody's name. I try to listen and really care about what they're saying. And as I broke it down more, I was like, so character is not just this like made up thing that we're like, oh,
Mm,
uh, I just like, this is just who I am. Like, no, character is what you do.
mm,
Because no one's going to really know what you're thinking. And the thing is it's the same way with you. I might think, oh, I really want to get this paper done. I like really want to be productive. I am productive. I'm productive. But if you're not doing the work,
yeah,
if you're not sitting down and be like, okay, I got to write now, then you actually tell yourself that you're not a productive person. So our thoughts matter a lot, but then the thought of like taking that thought into an action
yes,
matters way more.
yeah,
So Covey talks about and like really goes deep into who you are is what you do.
yeah,
And you can change what you do.
That's right.
So if there's something in your life, like I know there were certain things like habits that I have that I'm working to break.
Mhm.
And I was like, if I'm the problem,
You're also
so this
you're the solution. Yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons why we wanted to delve in this type of information. And just to clarify once again, we are talking about Stephen Covey's The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I gave this to her. Well, God, you were young. Here to you and your
eighth
sister.
grade.
Yeah, seventh or eighth grade.
I didn't read it till like sophomore year.
Yeah, I didn't know this. I'm thinking, rock star mom. I'm giving her a book that she's like. I love them Thinking Grow Rich, Power of Positive Thinking, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, like lots of books, right? Only recently did I find out that they didn't always read all of them, but they read. I mean, y'all read some of them. And I remember one time we were on a trip and I was watching Kylie, and she literally was reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, which I was excited that she was reading it. But also in my mind, I was like, wait a minute, did I give that to you years ago? So it's in there. But we don't want to take up too much of your time, but we do want to share this information and jump on every week. Next week, we'll make sure we have better internet connection. We've got new Wi Fi coming, so excited about that. Yay for Wi Fi. But first of all, thank you so much for watching. I'm Donnie the Tree Lady.
And I'm Megan. And just y'all, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you do choose to pick up 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, let us know. We'll like send you some thumbs up and some encouragement because it's one step, like reading these books and taking the time to honestly really work on them
Yeah,
is a huge step in saying, I want to be better.
yeah,
Because that's where it comes from. It's like, I'm frustrated and I want to be better and I want to do better. Who's done better than I have? Finding those people
yes,
and seeing what they recommend. So if you do, let us know and we'll send you some encouragement and let us know what you're learning. Because
yes,
he talks about when you're reading this book, don't just read it as a student, read it as if you're going to teach it. And it completely changes the way you understand the information. And it gets in there deeper. So that's also why we're doing this,
yeah,
is because as we talk about this and, kind of teach it in some way, shape, or form, it too.
mm,
So y'all are helping us
mhm,
to be able to be better.
yeah,
And just very grateful for this opportunity to connect and hope you'll have a wonderful Friday.
yes,
Thank you again for tuning in.
yeah,
And yeah,
yeah.
take care.
Don't forget, dream big, work hard, and never give up.
Never give up. End it.